everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Anno 1800. We are back in Ditchwater here where we have some new world developments to get on with. So the first thing I want to point out is that we now have a stock of, if we have a look at our intermediate products, cotton fabric is starting to come in quite nicely. I know it doesn't say that there's any in there right now, but if you look, we have 5 fur coats because stuff is being produced, which means our artisans are now happy. But today is about canned food. It's also going to be about getting in some rum. Now you can see these ones are already fulfilled, but that's due to the actor that is currently in the town hall. Do we have any other town hall things we can put in? Provides bonus income from the pub. I don't think any of them use the pub though. That's the problem with this, because they don't have the need for an access to the pub. So if we get a town hall up here, actually, we could then copy this, put the town hall up here. Obviously, it's going to, I'm going to have to invest some influence into it. But if we can get this barkeeper in, like there, it's a fairly wide range, actually. If I move it a bit further in, it just touches that, but gets all of the houses in there. That gives me a bonus income from my pubs, which is great. And everybody who is in range of that will also get the church fulfillment, but that doesn't matter because my church is right in the middle here. So if I had those houses on the outside, like over here, and I wanted to get rid of them or move them somewhere else, I could move them around here, then delete the church altogether, which would reduce the maintenance cost. But for now, this will do. We get a nice bonus income, and we're pretty happy with that. We have also just finished constructing a new ship of the line, and this ship of the line is going to go on the expedition, the contract, which is something that we never did last time. So we're going to assign our ship, and it's not that one. It's definitely not that one. It is the Axum, I think, which is the new ship that we've just built. They need navigation, diplomacy, and force. So what do we have that gives us a navigation boost? Pocket watches, which we don't actually have access to. What about items that give us navigation? We have a guide, which gives us a 10 boost to that. Diplomacy, we've got the big bag of money and another bag of money. They only give us a limited amount. And again, pocket watches for diplomacy. We get 30 from the champagne and 10 from beer. So let's take some champagne with us. Oh, I didn't mean to take 2 guides. Then for force, we don't have anything here that we can use, really. What about items? Again, for force, we've got the first-rate sapper who gives us a 10 boost. We'll take him anyway and then start our expedition. So the Axum will head off on the expedition, the contract, and we'll see how he gets on there. We then need to build a public mooring, which will generate some income. And I think we can probably do one here now. So let's get our public mooring set up. It is part of our medium harbour. We pop it down here. We'll stick it right on the edge here where our, where this lot are going to be. Where can I fit it though? It's not going to fit there. Will it go here? Interesting. It's not going to go anywhere by the looks of things. It will fit there, but it says I don't have any free coast. What about here then? If I move that gun, that might work. So let's move this over to here and then get our public mooring. It does go there. So it'll fit in there. We can put that in place and then people will start coming to our town, which is nice. We always want visitors. That's going to be good. And they do generate a little bit of income. Again, it is based on the attractiveness of our settlement. So we now have this in. We're not going to do docklands yet simply because of the amount of money that it costs. But we do have people coming into Ditchwater. You can see right now there is a tendency that is going up. The attractiveness level is 569. We can boost that with other things like the zoo. We're going to leave it for now. That's done. People are going to come and visit Ditchwater, and hopefully it'll no longer have the name or reputation for being a dirty, horrible place. We're going to finish off with a couple of stone roads here just to really maximize it. I'm then going to put a stone road along where this farm is. That farm may move. I could put in some more housing here if I was looking to boost the population. So let's actually relocate this farm. We're going to pick it up and we're going to shift it to another area. Probably out here might be good, actually. So let's go to the end of the town right here. Or we could put it just here, backing out into that space. What about up here? Is there any space along the back of this location? Nothing up there. We can't put it there because we've got wood being produced there. Can't go along the back. So I think up here on the edge of town is probably the best place for it. Let's just drop it back a touch and then up. And can I go back one more? Yeah. Oh no, it can't because of that where. Actually, we'll just not put the warehouse in yet. I don't think that worked. I think I've messed that up because I think this now. Oh no, that's maxed out. That's fine. Good. Right. Okay. So we'll put a small warehouse in, and the small warehouse is just going to be a little bit off center here. So we'll put it down here. We'll build that in. Then we will loop the road around to here. And that links it all up. Then that gives me free space here to build into. So we'll demolish this. We'll demolish this road here. And then we will place down a new stone road that goes along to here where our public mooring is. Great. I'm going to move this fishery so that it's close by here. We'll put another stone road in there. Kind of fleshes that out like a little pier. And we'll pick up this residence quest. A black bear. They've given me a black bear. This is the actual start of the zoo creation quest. We're going to leave it for now, I think. Or we could put the zoo in here. So let's just have this road run all the way to the end there. You know what? We'll build the zoo. We're over here. We've got a zoo. We place it down. I'm going to place it right here. Like that. They'll then give us something as well. I think they give us something to do the enclosure. So we put the empty compound in there. Like that. And then we'll build it. And we'll place the bear in. Now, I also have a couple of other zoo animals that we can place in. So let's just copy this enclosure. Move it up to here. And another one here. I've also got some animals in Enbessa. Those animals can then be added to the zoo if I bring them back here. We do have quite a few animals now. So we've got 3 there. That's going to bring people in. It's going to boost the attractiveness. If we have a quick look over here, we have a 640 out of 700 attractiveness level. We've got an escort quest here from Willy, but I don't think I have any ships nearby to actually assist. Oh, it's in Enbessa, actually. So we are going to quickly accept that. Then we're going to discard these items. We're going to put them back into the settlement. And we are then going to go to Willy's ship here. And we're going to start off the escort. So we'll head this over to here. We've got a newspaper going out, which is fantastic. Then we'll head back over to the old world. You can see we've got 7.94 million in the bank. I now have 2 ships running the stopwatch, the pocket watches trade route, which is great. That gives us a lot more to play with. And fur coats has dropped a little bit, but we should hopefully have some stuff that's just been dropped off actually from... Nope, that hasn't dropped anything off. What about down here? Have we now got the cloth items in yet? Yes, we've got 24 units of cloth. And what about the furs? Raw materials, I think it is. No, it's an agricultural product. Yes, we've got plenty of furs as well. So it's simply that we have run into a supply issue, basically. But the fur dealer is active and working, which is brilliant. Now, do I need a hospital here? I probably do. But there doesn't seem to be a request for it yet. We need to get that university up and running. So today, like I said, second part of this episode, we are actually going to begin that escort now, so I better very quickly jump over to the Enbessa region and make sure my ship is doing its job following that. There we go. All right, let's just tag this over to here. You are going to follow Willy. Shouldn't be too much of a problem there. We've got the rogue here on the pocket watch trade. For some reason, it's only bought 70 of them. I don't know why. So that should actually be picking up 150. That seems like a little bit of an odd thing, unless it just simply can't carry that many because of guns or something. I don't actually know. Anyway, over in Manola, we are going to start some rum production. Now, we do have sugarcane here. Let's have a look at what rum we've currently got in stock, because we need to overproduce rum. Currently don't have any. That might actually be because we don't have any rum production on this island at all yet. We've got corn, we've got coffee, we've got plantain, we've got wool. We don't actually have sugar being produced here. So we are going to start a fairly large rum production route over here. Now, I have a handy little guide here that will help me with my rum. And we are just going to start mapping things out, basically. Now, over here... Oh, right. So, Enbessa. There's a certain point in the Enbessa questline where you will be presented with a choice. And this is where things start getting a little bit out of hand with the amount of management you have to do. So over in Enbessa, this little area here, these guys, the Wahadesha, you can kind of break from them getting supplies from the king. And what you then need to do is supply them yourself. So every so often, you'll get a quest to go and get these items, which you really need to be overproducing so that you can keep your residents happy, but also fill this in. I'm going to go back to that ship that's under attack in a moment. So we need 17 tons of hibiscus tea and 21 tons of dried meat. And this is really important. So what I've started doing is I've just started like leaving the ship full of these. So at the moment, that's 17 and 21. If I now put in another group of that, so we want actually 17. So I need 34 of them. And I need 42 tons of dry meat. Now, I don't have enough dried meat yet, but we'll load them into this little schooner. We'll head over to Wahadesha, and then we'll come back to that. So how's this cargo ship looking? I think this is the ship that was under attack, actually. Yes, it was. So that's fine. He's going to catch up with Willy, and Willy is going to be able to get out of the region. So we'll be able to finish that quest, no problem. Right then, looking over in the New World, if we just have a quick look here, it's sugarcane that I'm looking to produce. So I have a little app now that helps me out with this sort of stuff. So we're going to have a look at what we need to do to get our sugarcane production up and running and produce a nice amount of rum. Now, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to be able to supply 3 rum distilleries or 4 rum distilleries so that we can really maximize that production. For that, I actually need 2 lumberjack huts and 4 sugarcane plantations. So we're going to build a small warehouse, and we're going to build it somewhere around the outside here. So where all of these buildings start to back out into the side of the mountain here is where we're going to start building stuff. So I'm just going to kind of try and frame it a little bit so I can try and get all of my rum production fit into this little space here. Then we'll go over to rum. We will have a look at our lumberjacks hut to begin with, because I want them on the outskirts. They can't really be interfered with, or they will start to lose production efficiency. So we're going to put 1 down here, and we're going to put 1 down here. We're then going to put a small warehouse in the little gap. Then we need to link these up with a road that comes out of the area there and then down to here. So they will now start producing the timber that we need from those lumberjack huts. Then we're going to build our first sugarcane plantation. Now, the sugarcane plantations are going to go together like this, and then we're going to kind of make some adjustments. We're going to put another one here and another one here. Then we can start planting that cane sugar. We're then going to run this all the way up to the back of the mountain there, and then along like this. And then again, further down to the bottom, that gives us 128. We're then going to do the same with this one, where you see we go straight to the back and then come down a bit and then finish off to here. Then we'll start running again up to the back and again up to the back. It just tops out there. Then this sugarcane plantation, we're going to do the same. We're going to go all the way up to the back and then fill in any gaps there. We're going to do the same here, going right up, and we're going to continue that along until we can't fit any more in. And then the last one, we're going to do exactly the same. All the way up to the back, fill in any little gaps, and then again, we come out here. We're going to finish this one there. We can then build 4 rum distilleries. The rum distilleries are going to go here in a little bit of a line configuration. So we want to put 1, 2, and then we'll put a small warehouse in. Actually, what we can do is we can try and make this a little bit more efficient by just relocating that to there. We put this one here. I think that's a decent little layout there. So we got to run a line down there. So we're going to quickly grab these and then flip them around this way. Then we're going to copy these. And they're going to go like this. And we can put the warehouse in the middle. We can just try and frame these around now. So I'll put one here, one there. And another one. That works, I guess. We can then run a road here, and a road there, and then a road there. So they all now have access to this space here. We're then going to just frame it all off there like that. We could make this a little bit different as well. We could take this out. We could actually take that out as well, I think. No, that needs to stay in. We can take this out. We can take that out for now. Because then what we can do is we can put another little residual farm in here. That is also another sugarcane plantation. So we'll put that in. And then we'll add in this farmland here. And that'll go all the way along to here. Then the road can come off like that. Yeah, we can sort that out. Good. Right, so we'll put this road going back a little bit more. Then the sugarcane plantation here, we'll just fill in the blanks. Going up to there. And then going up to here. Then our road can kind of come in, come out and along there. And then we filled in that little bit of space. Yes, we will allow you to take those supplies. That was that little quest being completed. Then if we have a look here, they're still missing goods, it says. They are missing sugarcane. But it will not take long for that sugarcane to start being delivered. I just like to fill in this because I don't like the road looking like that. But we do have that little straight bit there. And everything is up and running now. So this, we'll upgrade that warehouse. We'll then have a look at our roads because I would like this to be a stone road that goes all the way along. That's in there. And then let's do a stone road going all the way back to town as well. Perfect. Right. So we are up and running here. We're starting to produce rum. Once those goods arrive, they'll be able to make that stuff. We're making plenty of sugarcane now. So we should start seeing, if we just change from aluminium profiles to rum, we'll start seeing an influx of rum coming through this town, which is great. That's going to give us a really, really nice boost. We can then start sending that rum over to the old world. Now, we've got too many transporters here, so we're just going to upgrade them. And you can see Isabel Sarmento has just arrived to pick up something, but there's nothing here for her. We have now started producing rum, which is great. So looking at the happiness, you can see here, they want beer. So if I have a quick look, now I could do with like sort of ferrying some beer down to this area here. We have a quick look at our expeditions. Do we have anything? I don't think so. So we'll slow down. And if we have a quick look here at our beer that we've got in storage in this area, we only have 87 there. Over here in Tarik, how much beer have we got? 1. That is largely because a lot of that beer is being transported around the rest of the town. Over in Mousemere, we have 19. And in La Marine, we have 81. So we need to find a way to get beer down Goldfurt, ready for its transport to the new world. So I do have a clipper. I have one here. So the turbulence here is going to load up some beer. There's 85 units of beer there. So they are actually going to come here. We're going to start a new trade route. We've got Ditchwater. We've got Tarik, which isn't really producing beer. It's not even able to actually. So Tarik actually relies on beer being imported from other locations. They also rely on, I mean, schnapps is being produced, but not at a very high amount, like a very high speed. So let's just tag schnapps a second because we seem to have run out. I wonder if there's schnapps being traded out of this place. Let's have a quick look at our trade routes. Yes, so when it gets to Tarik, what is it loading in? It's actually unloading beer. But then, interesting. Okay, so it could well be that we load in a little bit more schnapps over here because there's loads of schnapps being held in Ditchwater at this moment in time. So let's go to that route. Let's go here. In Ditchwater, we'll load up 20, let's load up 30 units of schnapps. And then we'll drop off 10 units of schnapps there just to keep them topped up because they seem to be struggling with that at the moment. Then we'll go a little bit further afield. Ditchwater is fine. Beer is being produced in La Marine, but not at a very high amount. We have a quick look. There's 82 there. 83. That's going up, actually. La Marine might be a good place to start bringing the beer from. Mousemoor is where currently I think we are exporting quite a bit of beer. So we have a look at here. Looking down, Ditchwater, Mousemoor. Yeah, we lose 40 beer from Mousemoor every time. La Marine, on the other hand, is going to be making a lot of beer. So we will take our little schooner here. We will go to our trade routes. We will set up a new route from La Marine. And that will go from there to Goldfurt. It will load up beer. It will load up not 50 units of beer. It will load up around about 30 units of beer. And then it will drop them off at Goldfurt. Then we'll just add in a little ship to go on that route. It's going to have to be a ship that's here in the old world, and it's going to be Turbulence, the schooner. Now, I did see there that there seems to be another schooner that isn't doing anything, the Winds of Shaba. That is currently being held down here. We're going to go drop off the schnapps that they've got in Tarik. Tarik has just got more beer in, and you can see their stores are going up a little bit. So there's a residence quest here which we're going to take. And they want us to build something. They want sewing machines. Okay, so do I have the Winds of Shaba, which is just on its way? We're going to go up to Ditchwater here. We're going to pick up some sewing machines from there because they've got quite a bit. They've also got 142 units of rum in stock, which starts us off quite nicely. So if I did want to enable the rum coming in for the happiness here, their needs would be met instantly anyway, which is great. There's no warehouse in range of this fishery, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm going to just very quickly see if I can move it so that it's a bit closer to some of my other areas. And it looks like I'll be able to fit it here, potentially. Or here. There'll not be a warehouse in range of that, will there? Right, so can we move this somewhere so that we do get a warehouse in range? What about just over in this space here? Let's put it down here. Yeah, we'll move it over there. Moving it to this area here. Then we'll have a dirt road that comes down here. Will that then be able to go to a warehouse? I don't think that warehouse is going to be in range, so it looks like we'll have to build another warehouse. But that's fine, that can go down there. We'll upgrade and build that. We've got 9 million in the bank now, so our trade route is really starting to bring in some cash. We're making about 12k. If we have a look, visitors are bringing in 2,000 per tick, which is great. And hopefully our little ship will arrive very soon. So there are furs. This is a schooner that's on a charter route, by the looks of things, bringing in furs. And that is going to be excellent because we can continue producing the fur cloaks, which we've currently got 8 of. So the cotton trade is working really well. That is well established at the moment. And unless we just increase our population even further, we're not going to have any issues with that. So, do we now have beer coming in here? We've got 50 units of sewing machines that have just been loaded onto a ship ready for the new world. We've got plenty of schnapps there. We're going to tag beer because that's the next good that I want to send over to the new world. We can then have a look at work clothes and we can go to our routes. We can look at this one, which heads off to the new world. And in Goldfurt, they're currently loading in work clothes, sewing machines. So we're then going to have them load in beer. And that is going to be unloaded in the new world. They're going to load up 50 units of it. That's fine. That should be plenty. Then, looking over at our new route that we've just set up, it's beer going from here to here. The Turbulence has just arrived. And it should now be carrying 30 units of beer bound for the new world. It does. It's got 30 units of beer. It's going to send them over to there. They'll be dropped off. and the stock in there will start to increase. The great thing is we're producing enough sewing machines so that every time we come back for a new collection, those sewing machines are full. Because it takes a substantial amount of time to get to the new world in a ship, that's actually really good. So we've got 89 sewing machines here in Manola, which means we can start shipping them to other locations. The beer just needs to come in, and the cigars we produce in the new world. But that needs something else. That needs artistas, I think. Because I can't... Oh, wait, no, there's cigars here. We need wood. We need a marquetry workshop, which produces wood veneers. And we need tobacco plantations. Now, we can't produce tobacco on this island. That needs to be done somewhere else. But looking over here, we're pretty good now. We got 27 units of rum, so our rum production is set up quite nice now. We could, technically, start allowing people who are able to, like the Abreras, to start making use of that rum. It looks like they're already doing it anyway. But it's just this lot that need it. So it's just the Abreras that need rum for happiness. So any other rum that we produce is going to be excellent. So, looking back at this route, when they get to Manola, they're then going to load up rum, and they're going to drop that off right there. Now, it says, at this moment in time, that won't work, because we don't have enough slots on that ship. Could well be that we can't do that then. So let's delete this, let's delete that. We could then set up a new trade route that is solely for bringing goods from Manola to the New World. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to, again, we'll swap this beer over to here, and we will do that. Then we can delete this one and delete this one. Now we have this trade route, which is only delivering stuff from the Old World to the New World. We can then create a brand new trade route that takes stuff from the New World to the Old World. We're not going to put any ships on it yet. We want it to be in Manola, and then it's going to go to the Old World, and it's going to go just to this space here in Goldfurt. It is going to load up in the New World. We want it to load up rum. We want it to load up... What else do we need it to load up? We want it to load up rum. We want it to load up something else. I mean, coffee would be good, because I do know that as you get further up in the chain, coffee becomes something that's very necessary. I think bombings do as well. But we have that. We've also got... What else do we need to load in here? Oh, it's not aluminium. It's rum. Coffee. There's something really obvious that I'm missing here. Oh, it was cloth. Yeah, cotton fabric. Right, so we can get all of them loaded. We're not going to have them wait. We're just going to have them go anyway. We're going to leave it at 50 units. We're going to accept that. Then we just need a ship to do it. Now, currently, if we have a look at our ship menu, we have a clipper here, the Pharaoh. Now, I know I was going to use this to transport stuff around, but actually what I might do is, as it's already in the New World, I'm going to have it come to here. It's going to drop off the item that it's got. But no, it's not. It's just going to park here. It's going to chuck that overboard. Right. Then we're going to have this frigate, the Snapping Turtle, pick that up. Then the Desdemona here, the Pharaoh, sorry, is going to join that trade route. So looking at this, we go over to here. We have the Pharaoh go onto it, accept that, and that will then head off fighting that trade route. The Snapping Turtle has now equipped that peace mode. Not ideal because it's a frigate, so it's a warship, which is something that can make use of its guns. But we now have rum going back to the Old World. And that means Goldfurt will start to fill up with that rum, and it will be able to continue producing that very nicely. So that's good. We have that settled. And next episode, we can move on to producing canned food. Now, red pepper fertility is pretty good in Tarik. So if we can get that done, that would be very useful. Ooh, I also forgot that I had a quest here. Sewing machines. So this one has just arrived. We'll go the Winds of Shaba. You're going to go pick up the sewing machines that I need, and then we'll go drop them off in Tarik. So it was only 7 tons of sewing machines, so we'll just load up 10. But let's just load up 20, that'll do. Then we'll head over to Tarik, it could well be that instead of doing stuff in Tarek, we look for somewhere else that has red pepper fertility. But we don't have a lot of islands that have it. Western doesn't. Magwitch does. We haven't really done a great deal in Magwitch. We have the fur trade going there, so it could be if we get red pepper production going on here. They've also got iron, which means we can start producing canned food here. Where is it? We've got limestone there. We've got coal there. We have zinc. We have copper. Our population has dipped a little bit for some reason. I'm not quite sure where that could be happening. But we're going to call it a day here. Next episode, I think we should do it in Tarek. Next episode, we'll head to Tarek and we will start producing our canned goods. So, thank you all again for watching another episode of Anno 1800. We're starting to really get to grips with this one now, and I'm really pleased about that. So, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.